Welcome to The Explainer. So picture this, a windswept volcanic island in South Korea where a massive black dragon snakes across the landscape for thousands and thousands of miles. It's not some mythical beast, but it is an ancient network of stone walls. And today, we're going to uncover the incredible wisdom that's literally built into every single one of those stones. But before we even get to the walls, you kind of have to get the feel, the spirit of Jeju Island itself. One travel writer put it perfectly, saying it's a place that offers you room to breathe. It's this island that's just defined by these powerful natural elements. You know, the crashing waves, the sweeping wind, and this real sense of timelessness. And it's that environment that shaped everything we're about to dive into. Okay, so to really get Jeju, you need to know its traditional nickname, Samdado, and that translates to the island of three halves. These three elements, they're basically the key to unlocking the island's entire story. So what are these three halves that define the whole place? Well, first, there's the wind. It's constant, and it is powerful. Second, you have generations of these famously strong, resilient women, like the legendary haenyeo diverse. And third, you have stones, just endless volcanic stones. They are the literal building blocks of the island's landscape and, as we're about to see, its entire culture. And it's that abundance of stone that gives the island its most incredible, most striking characteristic. These endless, winding walls of black basalt rock that just snake their way across the whole landscape. All right, so these stone structures, they have a name, doldam. But that word, it means so much more than just wall. It really refers to the entire tradition, the whole culture of working with these volcanic stones. For the people of Jeju, the doldam are right at the heart of their island's identity. In fact, this is where that black dragon idea comes from. I mean, the walls are so long and so interconnected that they earned this truly mythic nickname, the 10,000 Li Black Dragon. And it's such a powerful image, right? You can just picture this massive dragon weaving through the fields, all along the coast and around all the little villages. But here's the thing, these are not just simple barriers. The doldam represent this incredibly sophisticated system that has all these different forms and functions, and each one is perfectly adapted to what the islanders needed. Okay, check this out. The doldam isn't just one kind of wall, it's a whole family of walls, each adapted for a different part of life on the island. I mean, they built Ba Dam to shield their farm fields from that wind we talked about. They even built Wandam out in the sea, which is this brilliant, totally passive way to trap fish at low tide. Every single type of wall tells a story about the specific problem it was designed to solve. And that last one, Olle, that name might actually ring a bell. The island's world-famous 437-kilometer walking path is called the Jeju Olle Trail. And it's named specifically for these traditional walled paths that so often guide you through this incredible historic landscape. And let's just talk about the scale here for a second, because it's just mind-boggling. If you took only the Bat Dam, just the field walls, and you laid them end to end, they would stretch over 22,000 kilometers. Think about that. That is more than halfway around the entire Earth. Okay, so this is where it gets really cool. The design of these walls, it holds this ancient, ingenious secret. It's a design born not from fighting nature, but from deeply understanding it. Now, if you look closely at a doldam, you might notice something a little strange. There's no mortar, no cement, no glue holding any of these stones together, which, raises a pretty obvious question. How in the world did they survive the powerful typhoons that sweep across the island? And the answer is it's pure genius. See, the walls are built to breathe. Those gaps between the stones aren't a mistake. They're the whole point. They let that fierce wind pass right through them, which reduces the pressure that would otherwise just knock a solid wall right over. So instead of trying to resist the wind, they just accommodate it. Incredible. And this is not some new idea. This design is ancient. As you can see, the doldam have been a part of Jeju for nearly 1,000 years. They started out as simple property lines, but over the centuries, they were adapted for everything. They became fortresses against pirates and even defensive barriers during more modern conflicts. They are literally a living timeline of the island's history, etched in stone. So this amazing story of coexistence, of people creating a sustainable way of life in a really challenging environment, well, it hasn't gone unnoticed. This local wisdom has now hit the world stage. This is where that local wisdom gets global recognition.
Back in 2014, the UN's Food and Agricultural Organization, the FAO, stepped in and designated the Jeju Doldam system a globally important agricultural heritage system, or GIAHS for short.
So what exactly is a GIAS? Well, you can kind of think of it like a UNESCO World Heritage Site, but specifically for agriculture. It's this special honor for places where people didn't just try to conquer nature, but instead form this brilliant, sustainable partnership with it over centuries, creating a landscape that's both productive and culturally priceless. And we're not talking about some minor award here. This recognition puts Jeju's humble blockstone walls in some seriously impressive company, right up there with iconic, world-famous sites like the magnificent honey rice terraces in China and the ancient agricultural systems of the Andes in Peru. So when you boil it all down, the Jeju Doldams are so much more than just piles of rock. They're like a living library, holding centuries of knowledge about resilience, about adaptation, and about living in harmony with a powerful natural world. And that really leaves you with a question, doesn't it? What other timeless wisdom is hidden in the landscapes right around us, just waiting to be seen?